Hello everyone. One thing I know about myself is that my collecting things gland and my nostalgia gland are both fed by the same branch of my vascular system because they are activated by the same sorts of things. So I realize that my collecting of things is fed, maybe not entirely, but often by a sense of nostalgia. And this particular pen is a good example of that, and this stimulates my nostalgia gland for a good reason. I believe sometime when I was either in college or just out of college in my first real job, and my younger sister sent me one of these that she found somewhere. I think maybe perhaps Odd Lots, or back in the day when there was such a thing as Odd Lots before it changed to Big Lots and then largely disappeared in our area. But she sent me one of these things knowing that I was a fan, even then, way back then, of pens and pencils, and she is the same. But I'm almost certain she sent me a pencil pen just like this one. And she is the historian of the family, the record keeper. She remembers everything, so if I'm incorrect in that, she will tell me. So I'll try to bring her attention to this video once it's released. What is this? A PaperMate. We got one pencil/pen in there, and the name of it, pen-pencil combination. So there's no cool name like you see on every pen and pencil product now. That has to be some combination of letters and numbers and hyphens and unpronounceable symbols. This is just pen-pencil combination from PaperMate, so dates it somewhat because apparently the market wasn't so saturated with pens and pencils that it required a super complicated name. Suggested retail $3.59 when this was in stores, in a cellophane wrapper. PaperMate, pen and pencil combination. Nothing else on the front. On the back, distributed by Gillette Company, Stationery Products Division, Boston, Mass. 1992 copyright date. And hey, look at that. Pen-pencil made in Japan. I don't know what percentage of PaperMate products have been made in Japan, but I bet it's a small percentage. We have this primary color packaging. Seems very 90s to me. 1992, that sounds about right. I have pre-slit the packaging here for ease of extraction for this video. Let's get it out and take a look at it. It's kind of a deep lavender, a light purple, or some kind of I don't know. It's in the blue side of the spectrum. We have in silver paint or screen printing. I'm not sure how they affixed that. Japan. PaperMate with the two hearts. We have the two hearts on the clip. Metal clip. We have a sticker affixed with instructions for how to use the product, how to refill. So that's handy, although I may peel that off at some point just for aesthetic purposes, not ascetic. Doesn't appear the front will come off. I'm a little hesitant to pull it apart here, although I believe it does come apart, certainly, so that you can replace refills. I'm afraid I'll break the plastic, but you know what? You only live once. Nope. I was wrong. Unscrews. Okay. So there we see there's a pencil and a pen. Appears to be a blue ink. I believe a D1 standard multi-pen refill will work in that. And this is a twist it a different direction to get the point you want. Graphite pencil, That looks like a 0.5, maybe a 0.7, but I think a 0.5 millimeter, and probably a fine ballpoint. As I said, a metal clip, the eraser cap, nothing under there. Very light, unexpectedly light. Let's get a measurement here. Looks like right about 14 centimeters. Compare that with well, no, this one makes more sense. Another pen/pencil combo from Bic, which is more like 15 centimeters, or maybe even slightly more. This one has 3 colors of ink and a graphite pencil, and maybe I'll do a review of this, but Kevin just reviewed it and did a fantastic job. One of my favorite multi-pens. So 14 centimeters. Let's just check the diameter of the barrel. Looks like about 10 and a half millimeters on the smaller lower portion, and the upper portion, what is that, 12, 13, somewhere in that neighborhood, compared with the grip section of the Bic. This lower section is 12 or 13, and about 13 on the upper section. So this one's slightly thicker. Okay, let's move right to trying it out. The nostalgia gland is firing rapidly here. Let's try the pencil first, because that's primarily what we're about on this channel. We'll call this the, yeah, that's 0.5, I'm pretty sure. We'll call this the pen-pencil combination. Was there a Japanese brand equivalent of this made by some Japanese manufacturer? Maybe. If anyone knows, let me know. I'd be curious to see that. Or if they made these only for PaperMate in Japan. Not super fond of the color, and actually I don't recall whether the one I had back in the day was this color. If they came in different colors, I don't know. I think this is maybe the only one of these I've come upon in the years since the late 90s. I don't know what happened to the one that my sister gave me way back when. Lost in one of the moves over the last 30 years or so. Didn't try out the pen yet. Let's see what that's like. Hopefully it'll work. I didn't think about that. That's a long time for a ballpoint, but let's try it. Oh. It works. It's definitely a fine point, and that is a blue ink. I didn't lock down my focus very well here, did I? There we go. Writes pretty light. I don't know if that's normal for PaperMate inks of this vintage. Let's compare that with Oh, I just happen to have nearby here the Pilot pens the better ballpoint that I tried recently. Haven't yet mailed these off to Joe. They're coming, Joe. Eventually. This, I think, is a fine also. Oh, this one's not writing. So the PaperMate faring better than the better ballpoint, though there's no date on the better ballpoint. So I don't know how they compare in age. I'll let Joe deal with that. Let's try a somewhat aged Skillcraft. This isn't a medium point, I believe. Yeah. So a definite difference in the color of the blue. It's darker on the, come on. Darker on the Skillcraft, but also a thicker, or it's more blue. More pigmented, I would say. I know they don't use pigments. Okay, so pleased that the ink actually works in this. It has a feel like it's about to run out, so maybe it won't work for long, I'm not sure. But again, the nostalgia is what it's all about. Looks like they're using a pretty standard HB graphite from what it looks to me and what it feels like on the page. Where's a... Yeah, it's a 0.5 almost certainly, because this 0.7 is noticeably thicker. Also a PaperMate. Very similar in tone, I would say. So both about an HB. So neat. I'm glad I have one for my collection just because of the nostalgia value and to remind me of my sister. Thank you, sis, for thinking of me 30 plus years ago. And I am thinking of you today because I found this neat bit of nostalgia made in Japan, the PaperMate pen pencil combo with a fine point ballpoint in blue and a 0.5 millimeter graphite pencil. Thanks for watching this pen/pencil review, and I hope to see you here again next time.